So we are going to be tracing this image. The first thing that we need to do is how do we get it in? To get it inside this model, you have to, I like to do it in 3D. I go into picture frame, which is a command. The command picture frame allows you to bring any image into Rhino. Once you bring it in, you can click, and if you just click and move, it will start scaling it. If you click, as you have it right now, and do shift, it will do it orthogonally. I want to do it orthogonally so that I have it nice and neat. Then I will move into the top plan, and on the top plan, I will then begin drawing it. So there are a couple of things I wanted to tell you. One is that I changed the units by typing units to meters because this building was designed in meters. So we're going to ensure that that's in meters. The other thing I want to ensure is the fact that we have some dimensions to scale this with, because unfortunately, this doesn't have any dimensions, but we want to trace it correctly. So what I've learned is that each one of these slabs, meaning from here to here, are about 1.95 meters. So we're gonna grab that guy and we're gonna type scale. And scale asks you to pick an origin. So I'm gonna pick that origin, and then I'm gonna pick this edge. I'm gonna then type. I just moved it a little up so that it knows I'm changing it. Then I'm gonna type 1.95. He already knows it's in meters. How do we know we did it correctly? So you can just come here and type distance. And from here to here, I'm doing shift, by the way, it tells you it was 1.8 meters. Because it's a JPEG, you would never get it perfect. It's that very difficult. But now that you have it scaled and ready to go, one thing I recommend is that you lock it. You select the object and lock it, and now it's locked. You cannot move it. You cannot drag it by error or whatever. And then I would just do a polyline, if anything. And there are multiple ways of how you can scale, like how you can do this. I would do a polyline and start literally tracing this element. I would also turn on some of my gumball and smart tracks, and you know, smart tracks are good. If you do the right click, it tells you, you know, what to track and how to track things. Um, so it's good because it starts telling you, okay, you know, they all snap, you can pick different things. In this case, there's nothing you can snap to because this is not a 3D element already. It's just a JPEG. So that's it. You literally just start tracing this. You could say ortho, and it would just make the lines ortho for you. So you don't have to worry about this going in a different direction. And you can, you know, you can just start tracing the life out of this thing. One and two. When you go here, you can just then just say close C, and it closes it when you type C. So that's pretty straightforward stuff. You know, you have to design a strategy for how you're gonna trace it. That may be, you know what, I'm gonna do all of these rectangles right here, one by one. All of these rectangles, one by one. And all of these rectangles. You can do enter and it repeats the previous command, by the way. All of these rectangles. Okay, one by one. Great. And that you have all of those rectangles. And then you can say, well, you know what? I'm also going to do this. And then you can use the near button. It's going to help you because it snaps to something. And you can just say, okay, and then I'm going to cut out of those rectangles this diagonal element. Then you turn off the ortho so that you have it straight. You don't have it straight. Then you go here. And then you say, you know what? And then I'm going to go all the way here. Okay? And then enter. So then you can say split. And all of these rectangles could be split by this element that we just created. So you just select them and then say what's the cutting element. This is the cutting element. And then all of these lines inside it literally get deleted. So you now have a open, and you can delete this. Well, you want to delete this ones too using the opposite thing. So that you have all of that clean, clean, beautiful. So you say split like I mentioned before. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna select this and this, okay? And then say split with this. Oh, I think it's the opposite. It may be the opposite. Yeah, it may be the opposite. Split the main tower using that and that. Now all of these elements are suddenly split it through. Now, I mean, this is considering that that volume in the middle is also going the same way. And then you can join them if you wanted to. You can join them all. So, and it creates something very like meaningful. Now I'm doing this for demonstration purposes. I only have 3 more minutes because I do have a meeting, but um, you can join all of these guys, all of these things, all of these things. Okay. There should be one here, but I don't see it. Huh. Not sure what happened with that one. So then these ones are all joined. And as I mentioned, there is this one. We can we can make sure that we pick the ends of some lines, N
Mm-hmm.
and N, and then make sure that okay, so this has there. So we're gonna do N and N. Then we're gonna join all of them. I'm doing shift. It allows me to pick multiple things and then say join. Now, this section is not necessarily like perfect or correct in any way, meaning it's very, very schematic right now. One thing I'm gonna do Alt, and with Alt, I can drag something and it creates a copy of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to use my gumball to say 90 degrees so that we just lift it up. And then I'm gonna say extrude, which is kind of what I think you will want to do. And then boom, chakalaka. You have this thing extruded in 3D. You change the look style, and you can say cap. Cap allows you to close all of the walls inside. So now this should be closed. Yeah, it is closed. It is closed. And that's it. That's how you would do the section. So when you
But
ask me if this was going to take time, well, it depends on how detailed you're going to do it. You need to have a very thorough understanding of each one of these slabs. I did something wrong, which is the elevator or a stair tower shouldn't be extruded. You would just extrude all the floors, and then you figure out the location of the elevator or stair towers onto your piece, and you do just extrusion for it on its location, and the rest not gonna be like that. So, but
which
that's
one do you think is elevator? Which one do you think is
well, this
elevator?
is certainly probably the elevator right here, and this is
Mm-hmm.
certainly the stairs. You see the stairs.
There's,
So
yeah.
that's it. So
So,
I hope this is helpful. If you need anything else, this is gonna go to our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Thank